All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless, me here talking about real issues, real tragedies, and doing it in real time for a few real people out there as I swerve wildly out of my lane. And those people are just like you and just like me. All right. So, yeah, no pointing. This is really sad. So, a rock star friend of mine sent me this post on Twitter. 27-year-old marathon runner from New York died unexpectedly in her sleep. According to her Facebook page, she worked for Orlin and Cohen Orthopedics and would have been subjected to certain types of mandates. Yeah, in New York. Yeah. But healthy 27-year-olds don't die like this unless they were. And then he uses a word. I don't know if I should use that word. Um, but let's just say this is unexpected. So her name was Bridget Nugent, Nugent, like Ted Nugent. I'm pretty sure she's probably not directly related to Uncle Ted. It is with deep regret and sadness that we announce the loss of a beloved teammate, Bridget Nugent. She was a wonderful runner whose energy and heart, kind of an interesting word to use there, was always felt by those around her. She passed in her sleep at the age of 27. They actually say the young age of 27. I would say if this was 47, that would be the young age. I would say if this is 67, that's still kind of the young age. 27 is kind of an abomination. Her friends, family, colleagues, and the running community will always remember her enthusiasm and genuine joy for running. We will share information of her services when they become available. May she rest in peace. Someone posted, healthy 27-year-olds with no comorbidity do not suddenly die in their sleep. The medical office she worked for that implemented a mandate for employment is liable for her death, whether it was legal or not, even if she volunteered. Yeah. I mean, when does this become a thing? And the comments are interesting after that. There are more comments. It is not normal for a healthy 27-year-old athlete to die. That's what somebody posted. And then somebody wrote, oh, really? Okay, I'm going to go ask the family members who posted this if you got permission to use this. So rather than confront this, and again, these are people, I tell you what's weird is the people like 30 or even 20 or maybe even 15 years ago, the health nuts, the people that would go to Whole Foods and lecture everybody on good health and all of that. Those people now are so hell bent on covering everything up and saying, no, there's nothing to see here. Why would they do that? What would be the motivation for those people to not want the truth to come out? Seriously. I mean, you guys used to lecture everybody on good eating and don't eat red meat. And there's still that debate, but it's different because now, if you eat meat, you're going to destroy the planet and all this. And that's kind of bizarre, isn't it? Isn't that a little extreme to say, oh, you're eating meat, you're going to destroy the planet? Those people are still there, right? But they've gotten away. It's hard for them now to argue for eating properly because they're willing to do this, right? They're willing to do this multiple times. Trips to CVS. Are you updated? What is it? Taylor Swift's boyfriend is in a commercial. Hey, you could do two things at once, and I'll show you how. And I'm going to win the Super Bowl again. That's where all of the conspiracy nuts. See, here's a difference with me, right? So my friend sends me this stuff, and he sends me a lot of things, and I don't agree with a lot of these grifting conspiracy theories where people just say, okay, We all know that it was an inside job or whatever the topic du jour is on certain conspiracies. This one here, though, this one got my attention because there were people saying, don't do this, don't do this. And the government was saying, please do it, please do it, please do it. And even if the statistics are fairly low on 27-year-olds who just die in their sleep, people are going to say, well, she was a runner, so she put a lot of strain. What is it? Is it fat, obese people that are supposed to die in their sleep, or is it really athletic people that are supposed to die? Now, this could be unrelated. Obviously, this could be something else. But are we ever going to find out what it was? No. Now, in the past, I've linked videos like this to somebody who did research in the state of Massachusetts. They actually got the hold of death certificates in Massachusetts in, I think, 2021, 2022. And what this guy found out, it just blow your mind. I mean, this is criminal. This level of malfeasance or just telling people it's fine. Remember, I did the car seat analogy. Like, recall all the car seats because one is defective, right? So we just take it off the market, but not with this product. Instead, we've got commercials still running during your favorite primetime shows featuring Taylor Swift's boyfriend. Hey, you could do, if you're not updated, you can do two things at once. Yeah. And people are going to look at him and then they're going to remember that he's also hanging out with Taylor Swift. That's not a conspiracy, by the way. That's not a conspiracy about the election or anything. That's just like, so they take the biggest celebrities, and obviously this guy must have got paid a lot of money. Kelce, I don't know how to pronounce his name. He's a running back and he's a star player. And so people are going to listen to him. And this is where conspiracy theorists have a good time. And they make a few points like, okay, if you're going to convince the normies, the general population, the sports fans who aren't into all of this back and forth, they're not going to be watching any Rumble videos about, who is doing what for real, because that would, number one, it's too much for their brain to handle. And number two, they're just going to keep going to the usual mainstream media places to get their information. To me, this is just tragic. Like, it's so tragic that I'm every single day I read a story like this and there's no media reaction. There's no media. This is just a post on Twitter and somebody's mad that someone posted this on Twitter. Like, did you get permission to talk about this? Well, it looks as though they posted a picture from Instagram was something that got posted. And then looks like she had a Facebook page. And then there's an obituary. Yeah. Bridget Rose Nugent, December 23rd, 1996. That's when she was born. December 23rd, 1996. And she died February 5th, 2024. And there's a funeral home listed here. And she's from Deer Park. And okay, that's too much information. I'm sorry, does not one person in the world think that this is tragic enough and just insane, like amazingly insane, that a full investigation shouldn't just immediately begin if it's just one or two people? And again, I get these all the time. I get them all. I don't cover all of them because, again, I'm swerving out of my lane. Sometimes it's music related. Stuff I did a couple of days ago, I found the timing of those cancer events a little bit suspicious. And then some of what was said, especially in the wife of the Deep Purple, former Deep Purple guitarist situation, some of what was said about how the cancer was just crazy out of control and there was nothing they could do. And the doctors were shocked. The doctors were shocked. Okay, typically doctors aren't shocked. They make a diagnosis and then they come up with a treatment plan. And then the treatment plan seems to be going according to schedule. And then something just reverses that on a dime, and they're shocked. All right. So I don't know. Those are their words. Why are they so shocked? I mean, modern medicine in the year 2024, it doesn't seem to have progressed. I mean, 27-year-olds are just dying in their sleep for no reason. No reason, no cause, no reason, no worry, just happens. And some people come along and they say, this is kind of weird. Like me, this is kind of weird. Not that I have all the answers, not that I know for sure what is causing this, but I have a suspicion what could be causing this. And we're just going to sit around and we're not going to talk about anything important. We're going to talk about Biden versus Trump, where it's going to be every single day, every hour, Biden versus Trump. And there are people who need help right now. And this was perpetuated on people like this. This was, hey, you have to do this in order to do X, Y, and Z. You work for this company, you are mandated to do this. I can't remember anything in human history that is similar to this. Yeah, you have to, you sign a contract and you have to fulfill the contract obligations, and maybe some of those things you don't agree with, but you sign a contract knowing that you're going to have to do that. Somebody comes along midstream and says, hey, by the way, the government says that we need to mandate you do this. That is incredible tyranny. That is like people who complain about the draft. Okay, they have a legitimate complaint because, hey, I can't pursue life, liberty, and pursue happiness if I'm dead. All right. And so I think that's a violation of that whole idea, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Hard to pursue happiness when you're telling me that I have to take this particular product, that you're forcing this on me, and now I'm dead. Okay. So there's not anything, there's no recourse unless somebody steps up and says, okay, done. We're all done watching this. We're coming back and we're filing a giant lawsuit. Now that doesn't bring this poor woman back. And there are stories. People will send me messages back about, again, I always say, when you see this happening with celebrities, how many normal people out there, people who aren't known to anybody, is this happening to? How many? We don't know. But I get messages all the time. Yeah, this person in my family had this issue. This person can no longer go to work. This person here has chronic health issues. And I know a couple of people who just mysteriously are no longer here. They're just done. They're because of what, though, right? And they suspect things. And it's more than just a suspicion at this point. Again, this is like a crime scene and there needs to be an investigation. And so where is the media? Where is the normal media who just want to talk about politics 24/7, divisive politics that have completely clouded the judgment of millions of Americans and people around the world, just clouded their judgment. So all they're focused on is a trial, a court date, documents that were found somewhere. Who the bleep cares? I don't care. Yeah, national security, whatever. I get that. That's important. I'm not saying it's not important, but life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness is more important. All right? Because those are just words on a page. They know all about us and we know all about them. So why is that such an issue? And both of these clowns had documents, and apparently the older clown can't even remember. And the guy who interviewed him for all of this stuff has basically put it out there that he's not fit to be the president of the United States. And then the other one has the documents, and he's bragging to other people that he's got the documents. If people knew I had these, yeah, the best and the brightest are running the show. And that's why and it's a great reality TV show that people continuously watch, and they're entertained by it. They grab the popcorn, they get some adult beverages, and they just sit back and they watch and they go, wow, this is crazy. And these people are really stupid. Somebody should do something about this. Sitting on your couch. I do it too, by the way. I'm guilty as charged. But then I'm like, what am I doing? It's kind of like you realize you've been on your phone for 2 hours straight. What are you doing? Get off the phone. Go for a walk. Do something constructive. So again, as usual, I go off on these stream of consciousness tangents. Some would call them rants. I don't know. I'm just talking and expressing myself, but it is not normal for a healthy 27-year-old athlete to die in their sleep. Can I just say that? It is not normal for a 27-year-old athlete who is in great shape, great condition, to just die in their sleep. And there are studies out there, again, not from the people you'll hear on NBC News, right? But there are studies out there that for some reason, people who are athletic, who are doing vigorous exercise and really, just their blood is pumping, for some reason, that makes them more susceptible to what this could be doing. And so why not look into that? Why not? See, I get the funding issue. You're going to have to find another way to fund your channel. All right. I have to get patrons to do it. All right. Because, and I'm sure there are ads that are running that when they do run ads that I probably disagree with. And it's funny because they might run a pro, thing, whatever they're pushing on people during my video, and then they're going to come back to me and I'm going to be railing against them. I don't know. That's why the algorithm doesn't like me, I guess. It's pretty easy to figure that out. So people, not sure what we're going to do, right? We're just going to keep on keeping on. We're not going to think about this poor woman. We're not going to think about the next one that's going to happen, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one. Well, Dave, people die. Yeah, it's great. 27 years old, they die. Isn't that kind of rare? Isn't that, again, this is a crime scene. It's a crime scene. So the yellow crime scene tape should go up, and then the investigators should swoop in. Okay, what happened here? I mean, autopsy to the max, results, all of this too. I would be willing to fork over some taxpayer money for a full investigation, because I want peace of mind too. There are people walking around in my orbit. They're just walking around every single day you go out in public, and you don't know if this stuff is actually, so potent and so toxic that they couldn't just maybe spread some to everybody who they're walking near. Remember, we were told about 6 feet. 6 feet. Arbitrary number. That's what they said later on. That was just an arbitrary. We just chose 6 feet. It had no significance. Knowing what I know now, I'd like to do 60 feet from these people. All right. Because I know that I didn't do it. Right. So I know. I mean, if something's going to take me out, it's going to be something else. It's not going to be that. And some people tell me, I got a couple of friends who are in this business who say, well, I had to do it, and I couldn't tour. I couldn't go on the road if I didn't do it. And I'm like, man, I know those are difficult choices, right? And you're trusting, but you're maybe tough enough to think, this isn't going to do anything to me. And it might not. It might not. But then you have the 27-year-old athlete. And if that doesn't scare the crap out of you, if you're like my age, if that, and you did it, it's mind blowing what this could be here. This could be a way to kind of cull the herd. And I know that gets into the area of, super conspiracy theories, but what else could this be? Just negligence? Okay, I will go with negligence, all right, just to not upset people. But then I'm thinking, well, if they convince people to do it this time, what happens next time? And is this going to be a series of things that happen every couple years? They have to let this die down a little bit because alternative media, they can't control. And alternative media might be saving millions of lives right now just by putting a little doubt in the minds of people. You hear all the time that it was the opposite, that, it's negligence to not tell people that they need to go and do this. And who are you to want your freedom? Was it Arnold Schwarzenegger said, screw your freedom, screw it. Just, okay, thanks, Arnold. We know what country you're from, right? Sorry, had to put it in there. So anyway, thanks for watching. When I say pray for peace, I mean, we need to pray for peace in the human heart, in the human mind, so people can think again. How about we make America think again? How about that one? Make America smart again. Make Americans independent-minded again. I mean, you're not going to be great if you're doing what we're doing now. And again, one more time, it's really not normal for a 27-year-old healthy athlete with no comorbidities to just die in their sleep.